What?
I said, you guys can go ahead.
You want to go ahead, Ella?
No, you can go ahead.
Just her face when she's talking about the Manson got dropped by his record label. Ashley's face. Oh my, those eyes. Oh wow. Yeah, it's like she's, oh yeah, I know. And she's happy, right?
Yeah.
It's so disgusting. I accidentally paused there, and yeah, that will haunt me tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Her eyes are constantly bulging out of her skull. It's so
Yeah.
scary, honestly.
But it's exactly when she says he got dropped, and she's like, like she's happy about it. Like, yeah, I did that. I did that.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
part
like
of this.
it's almost like she's a 3-year-old on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, she says she wants him to be held accountable. It's like, okay, well, he's not being held accountable in the criminal justice system because there's no reason for him to be. And so her idea of him being held accountable is what? Forking money over to her? Like, how is that being held accountable? It's like, what you want to do? Get Botox? Is that her justice?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I would have asked her, like, I would have continued asking questions like, held accountable how? Like, what do you want more? Do you want him to get like treatment or jail time, which he can't in civil court? But still, I would ask her, like, what do you mean by that? But nobody wants to ask her anything, and maybe it's because they know they won't get any good answers. I mean, look at the interview so far.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
like, I would love for someone to ask her more questions. Not just her, the lawyer as well. Like, elaborate. What do you mean by it?
Yeah.
Like, talk to me like I'm really stupid. What do you mean? Explain.
Yeah.
Well, in the People magazine interview, she says that she wants him to be rehabilitated, but she says that she doesn't believe he can be rehabilitated, and she doesn't even mention that here in this interview at all.
Didn't she also say that he's been doing this kind of stuff for 30 years or his whole life or something in that interview as well?
Yeah. How does she know that? How has she knows him for all his life? She's been around him with every single relationship he had. Like, that is just fucked up to say. It's like if we would say, I mean, we can say, and more people can say that she hasn't had like issues with anxiety and OCD and whatnot, because she has written it herself. She has admitted to it. That she's had it all her life. So we can actually say that. It's her own words. We're quoting her. But that's not quoting him saying, he's had this problem for 30 years.
Right,
That's
exactly.
It's like she's completely forgotten about that part and just decided to put the blame on him because he's like an easy target, a scapegoat or whatever you want to call him. Because he's so famous and he has so much money, and she's like, oh wow, I can accuse him of this and maybe I'll get some money out of it.
Yeah, and he's an easy target because remember in the last interview she always said several times, he looks odd. So for most people, or not for me at least, but people see his stage persona and thinks, oh, that's odd. Because he's had makeup, he has, whatever they think is odd with him. I don't know. I don't think it's odd, but whatever, and so he's an easy target. He's easy to like make him be the bad guy. He's easy.
Right. And he's dealt with that his whole career.
Yeah.
Like back with the Columbine incident, and then, just like the Christians protesting all of his concerts, and all these parents, all the backlash, from, say, television interviews he was on. Like, he's always been under that microscope, like always been blamed for things. based on, you know, his persona, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like things have not changed, and it's been what, probably going on 30 years for his career,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
things are still the same as they were in the beginning.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, they're saying that we, or people who are hardcore Manson fans or just regular Manson fans, that we can't make any difference between the persona and the artist, so to speak, and him as Brian Warner. Yeah, we can. That's the thing. We can do that. You guys are the ones who can't, because you're always referring to his lyrics, saying, "Look what he sings about." So he has to be guilty because he
Yeah.
sang about this and whatnot. And I'm like, come on, it's a song. Do you know
Exactly.
how many bands sing about
Yeah.
rape and killing and I don't know more? I mean, really horrible stuff. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they're guilty. They're doing that in private.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
it's
I've
a way to express yourself.
I've only heard like not even 10 songs of his that are about rape or murder or whatever. It's
I
not
mean, I
even
know Ben.
it's not even a third of all or a fourth even of all his songs.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
even
there's
if
a
it
death
is
metal band.
like that, it's because he's expressing his pain from that he faced as a child.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think many things are actually just within himself. Like he's
Mm.
referring to himself, and other people are thinking that he's singing about maybe some woman, some girl he had a fling or whatever with. I mean, I know bands that their lyrics are really, really horrible, like death metal bands that are. I mean, every single lyric is fucked up. I don't believe they're doing that in private.
No, imagine
Right.
Cannibal Corpse just fucking corpses all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah. I mean, there's so many 6 feet under. I mean, there's so many. So,
Mm.
you know, we can make the difference between the artist and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
yeah.
It doesn't even take like 5 minutes to look up the meaning behind a song, because most of the time most artists explains the meaning of each lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yes, sometimes you have to watch interviews because sometimes they tell stories about their songs on, as well in interviews.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think most artists want us to relate to the songs.
Mm.
And I think he wants to do that. So I think many songs are about him.
Mm.
That's why so many can actually relate, because they felt the same, so they're not alone. They don't have to think like, oh, we're fucked up in the head because we think this way, we feel this way, you know. So
Yeah, and I think he only did like a cover of the of Patti Smith's song.
yeah.
Oh, he didn't do it because he's a racist. That's bullshit. He did it because he felt that he and his fans could relate to it, because it's
Yeah.
about the rebellious outsider.
Yeah.
So people pointing in his lyrics is just they're no, stop.
Yeah, it doesn't work. No.
Now, 17 other women, including actress Evan Rachel Wood, have accused Manson of abuse, and you say their stories are very similar to yours. He denies their accusations as well, but what has it been like to have this group of women who understand what you say that you've been through?
It's actually been extremely helpful having a network of other survivors who really understand what we all went through so similarly. We have spoken, we've supported each other, and everyone's support has been unbelievable.
Well, basically, what I want to point out is about how she met with the girls and having such similar stories, and they all understand what they've gone through so similarly. Doesn't that say itself say that this is a coordinated attack?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
also the timeline is strange because apparently he was dating so many at the same time, and they all lived with him, but nobody saw each other. Like, yeah. And I wonder when they were talking in 2020, because that's when they all discovered that it was abuse.
Yeah.
Yet they talk about it in 2019 and 18, so that's
Yep.
so odd as well. Again, her
Yeah.
timeline is fucked up. She can't remember. Yeah, I mean, it's really fun to see that. I don't understand how that works. They did not see each other at all.
They
Yeah,
There
had
was not.
her pod invisible coat.
Yeah, I don't get it.
apparently they were all locked in his apartment at the same time, and none of them saw each other.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
must have. It must have been a huge apartment, like really, really big,
Yeah.
really. And they all pissed and shit in the corner apparently because nobody
Yeah.
went to the bathroom.
yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. And
And
her body language is the same here as the rest of the videos or answers. She can't remember shit. She swallows really like hard. She does a bit of an breathing and exhaling. Like she looks like a kid who's caught in a lie here again. Like really, really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, and her voice trails off at the end too when she says that the support has been unbelievable. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
her voice just completely drops.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just no. Nope, 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 nope.
No.
Yeah, it's no
I
fun.
mean, there's nothing truthful about it. Nothing for me.
I mean,
No.
if she wants to at least try and sound credible, the least she can do is keep her voice at a normal tone throughout all of her answers.
Right.
Yeah, because it sounds like she's starting off strong and then it just trickles down to nothing. Like it just fades out. Like she takes all the energy and then it comes off. It goes off.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
she's, oh, I'm
she's
lying, and then I can't follow through. You know?
yeah.
Mm.
Or she just stops talking altogether. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
altogether. So, yeah.
Like she did in the first like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, she couldn't finish at all. I mean, that was just, oh wow, it hurts. I mean, it hurts inside me to watch that. That's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm-mm.
It's just I don't even know what to say. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
This interview's just cringe. You know?
Yeah.
At the same,
But
I can't wait to see the next one, but on the other hand, I also don't want to see it
yeah, I
because
know.
we know how bad it's gonna be. But on
It's
the
gonna
other
be,
hand, we have something to talk about.
Right.
yeah, and especially if it's a live one. Those,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really telling. Everything is really telling. You know, you don't even have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an expert in body language, but I mean, just looking at that is just what the fuck is going on. And
Exactly.
hearing her, yeah, and hearing her speak, I'm like, my English is not good. You're from United States. What the fuck happened? And you're in
Yeah.
med school.
No,
You
she
should.
wasn't. She wasn't. She
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
even
she
in med
wasn't.
She
because
claims she's in med school, but we had a source tell us that she's never been in med school. So,
Yeah.
she doesn't have a degree in it.
yeah, you know, she
Yeah.
said she could recite the DSM. And it's like, you probably don't even know the first thing about DSM. You know, the
Yeah.
diagnostic manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
even that was a lie.
More lies, more lies, more lies.
Yeah, more about that later. More about that later. We will.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now, let's continue watching the last
Yeah.
50 seconds ish.
Yes.
So, Ashley, I just want to say your coming out is probably going to help a lot of other women coming out. And what do you want them to know about your story and stories like this?
That was my only hope. I was hoping if I can help one woman leave an abusive relationship, leave or report a rape after it happens. If I could help one person and take one person out, then that would be enough. I continue to hope that more and more people speak out against people, whether they're, Brian Warner, or if they're, anyone. I mean, this is
Regardless,
never
right,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
What do we want to say about these last 50 seconds-ish?
It's St. Ashley, the champion of all women. Make sure you go to the police right away and report it, because I surely didn't.
Exactly. Exactly.
My dad has still yet to do so.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a good example. Do as I did. No, yeah, right, I didn't. But you should do it. But not only that, I don't know, I had to calculate. I think it was like 10, 11 shoulder shrugs in that little space of, yeah, I mean, that is a lot. And the best thing is that she stumbles on the words and Whoopi just cuts her off. Like, you're done talking. I can't stand this anymore. Blah, blah. Yeah. And that's it. Like, they cut her off completely. She wasn't even, okay, great.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
Whoopi
glad
was
they
done
did,
with her.
honestly.
Yeah, but it looked like Whoopi was like, I can't stand this anymore. I have to cut this off. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, right. Like, we've heard you
Yeah.
stumble enough. We're done. Goodbye.
Yeah, because she was doing again all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like she was just there for the paycheck, per usual.
Yeah, well, did she work for her money? Did you think she did a good job? If she got paid for this interview, she did a good job at it? I don't think so.
No.
Would have been money right down the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, wow, this is just horrible. But I love the way Whoopi just cut her off. You're done talking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have done the same if I had to interview her as well, so I don't blame them.
Yeah, yes and no, because I'm not sadistic or anything, but I kind of find some pleasure in seeing her like stumble so much that I would have continued to ask stuff like more. Please elaborate on that. What do you mean by this? To see her shit herself a little bit more.
Yeah, like the investigator would. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is so fucking ridiculous, and it looks like at least 2 of them did not believe her. The interviewers, right?
Yeah, I think her name's Joy, the one. I don't think she believed her at all.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
The lady with the short red hair, like the older lady with the short red hair.
Okay.
Yeah, she, I mean, just the way her tone was, and she was like, yeah, okay, and then asked the question. Yeah, it didn't look like she believed her at all.
I mean, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she asked, like, why did she keep going back and everything like that. It was that one right there.
Yeah.
I think she just wanted to get some answers, but she obviously didn't get any because dodging them because she looked very uncomfortable and trying to answer those questions.
Yeah, she can't answer it. She can't. There's nothing in this interview that is credible. Besides the way she talks and the lack of talking, because she stops and she stumbles, her body language is totally deceptive. There's so many clusters. It's not just one thing. There's several things throughout this video that says she's lying.
Right. Yeah, and like when you look at body language, you don't look at like individual things. You look for the clusters.
Exactly.
Like multiple things happening at the same time.
Yeah, and this is a short interview. And there's so much happening in this short time that it's just amazing. It's, I've never seen anything this bad, actually. And I looked at interviews with murderers who confessed like 5 days afterwards.
Same.
So, yeah.
Because I've watched those shows too. Same.
Yeah, yeah. And you could see them stumble, you can see them like getting caught in a lie, and they are like 100% better than her at lying. This is horrible. And this is, again, and those interviews are like 1 hour, 5 hours, like long interviews. And this is 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So we see a lot in 10 minutes. Yeah, we see a lot in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about murderers. I love how she refers to him as a serial killer constantly. It's like her standing point, other than that she was so young.
It drives me nuts. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. He was what did she say? He was attractive or what?
He didn't look like a serial killer.
What does a serial killer look like?
Exactly.
Since when
Like
does
a
a serial
human?
killer have a face, a specific face?
Yeah, like they don't. They look human. They look like any other human walking around.
Yeah.
That's how they actually become. They can get away with shit.
Yeah.
You know? I don't get that.
How did she know that he didn't look like a murderer?
Yeah, I mean,
why
it's
did
just,
she even make that reference to begin with?
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand why she brings that up. But again, wasn't it like in the People magazine when she said that he wanted to kill us, and he wanted us to commit suicide or something like that. Yeah, well, if you commit suicide, that doesn't, even if that was the case, it doesn't make him a serial killer.
Yeah.
Because he has to kill you. He has to kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was comparing him to a cult leader at that point.
Yeah, and again, how is he a cult leader? Oh,
he's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who are his like followers? I don't.
I guess that would be. I guess that would be us, which makes no sense whatsoever.
So he controls. He controls us. Okay.
Apparently.
Right. Oh, okay.
I think Manson fans has been called a cult as well by all his accusers and haters and whatnot, just because they can. Because in their heads it probably sounds right, but
yeah, but they don't
we're
understand
just
the
looking
word
at
cult.
facts.
Then they don't understand the word cult, what it means.
Yeah.
So it makes no damn sense.
Not at all.
No. Yeah, this interview was horrible.
Yeah. Just
But
like,
I learned a lot.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this could be used to like teach people about body language.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there like a channel that could be on YouTube that like
Yeah, I follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what their reaction would be to both her interviews.
Oh wow, no, I really want them to get like look at this one because I want to see like, oh fuck.
Yeah, this one was more raw. It wasn't scripted, unlike
Yeah.
the People magazine where, there was so many takes and it was more laid back. Like this one was more you're put on the spot. It's not scripted. Let's just roll with it. It's live TV. So yeah, this is the one for them to study for body language. That's for sure.
Yeah, but I'm sure they would spot the lies in the other one as well because they've been doing this for like 30 plus years. So yeah. So I
mean,
would
it's
really
definitely noticeable in the other one too, but this one's just really bad.
Yeah.
I think this one is by far the worst one of those two.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to be like close to even an expert to see the shit here, I mean, this is just simple. Like, you don't even have to have an interest in body language to know and to see that this is just horrible and there's so many lies. So yeah, this one is great and not great.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, it doesn't doesn't really take an Einstein to understand body language and what it matches and does not match words.
I mean, we all do it. We all do it. I mean, we're doing it while we're sitting here. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, we all do it. There's nothing. We do it every day with all the people we meet, even alone. We're doing it alone. It's normal, and that's how we can interact with people. That's how we can sense that this is a person I don't want to be around. Like you could sense that in most people, and you can sense when you like somebody and whatnot. That's because everything plays. The way we talk, the way we behave, everything. Anyone looking at this interview, I mean, I know some people have said, "Oh, but she's nervous." No, yeah, she's nervous because she's lying.
Yeah. And because
And she knows it shows. She knows that it shows.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
she's
how
also
I
nervous
see it.
because this is live and she can't like repeat herself like 13 more times or whatever.
Exactly. So that's what I see. I don't see her nervous. I don't see her scared because she has to talk about what happened to her. She can't even talk about what happened to her because she can't fucking get the words out. And she can't because it's a lie. She can't remember the lie.
Right.
Because, if something happened to you and you remember it, you wouldn't have a problem talking about it. And if she has talked about it so many times, like she said she has with the other women, it will come fluidly for her to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
So she wouldn't stumble this much.
No, she wouldn't.
So it doesn't make any sense. Why she stumbles so much and why she can't remember stuff.
Yeah, I think it would have been almost like her mother tongue at this point if it actually would have happened. And since she has apparently talked so much about this with the other girls and other people that she knows,
Yeah, it would be no problem.
It should just flow out of your mouth like a river, but
it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, that's the problem. So that also tells me that she's lying because she can't. People have a hard time remember lies because she's lying upon lying upon lying. She's just adding lies to it. She can't remember.
Yep. No.
That's my opinion, and I will stand by it. I mean,
no, same. Like she
Yeah.
just changes everything, like from her timeline from the very beginning,
Yeah.
and everything. Like it's just, I don't know, everything about her just seems like there's nothing real about her.
No.
Yeah,
it's about as fake as her face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for Botox and whatever makes you happy, but I mean, she lost some expression in her face, it seems. Yeah. And also the thing that she was raped 20 to 300 times. I mean, that span is just come the fuck on. Really?
Yeah,
20 to 300 times?
Yeah.
Like you said before, I think it would have been more understandable if it would have been like a span of 10 more times, but not
like 20 to 30.
Not almost 300.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's just that alone. It's like she just pulled the number out of her ass. She was like 20 to 300. Does that sound good for you?
I mean,
Does it sound credible?
Yeah, if it would have been like 300 times, wouldn't that have been for at least once a day for almost a whole year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And divide that.
And she was traveling back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would he have the time to travel back and forth every day to Thailand?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to like wrap this up, this is, for me at least, I don't see anything that says she's telling the truth. Her body language, the way she tries to express herself, is just horrible. It's just deceptive all the way through. There's so many things, and I cannot see it. I mean, I cannot see her as credible. at all.
No, me neither. I don't think anyone can, other than her flock of sheep as followers, basically.
Yeah, and hopefully her lawyer, but you could see her lawyer. I mean, during this interview, he's just, I mean, you could see in his face, like he doesn't want to be there.
Mm.
Like he really does not want to be there, but what can he do?
It looks like he'd rather probably die.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really, really bad. It's really bad.
I mean, you can tell throughout the whole thing that he's like, okay, I regret this, but paycheck.
Yeah, but I mean, she even gets cut off by Whoopi in the end there, and it even looks like some of the interviewers doesn't believe her either. This whole thing is just a train wreck. It's really, really, really bad. So I don't see that she is afraid or anything of that sort. Like some people have said that she's afraid to talk, or like she's having anxiety. I just see her as shitting herself that she's lying. She can't remember the lies. And she stumbles so much, and this is causing her to panic even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
if it, like I said before, if it really would have happened, she would have at least had a lump in her throat. And the lump in her throat that she had was not of tears. It was her trying to swallow saliva because her mouth was dry from lying.
Yeah, and you can see her lick her lips a few times, and one time it's really bad. And when I said lick her throat, I mean I meant her lips, of course. But yeah, so you could see it's really, really, really bad, and she swallows so hard, and it's just no. I don't see her as credible at all.
No,
and I'm not expert. I'm not saying I'm an expert.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is just basic what I feel and what I see and it's just, if I had her in front of me and she's talking that way when she's getting these questions, first of all, I would have continued asking her questions because I would like to get more elaborated answers from her. Not that I think that I would get it, but I would not feel that she is credible, that she is truthful. I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't feel it.
No, me neither.
So.
I mean, didn't Evan at least cry crocodile tears during her testimony?
Yeah, but the thing is that when you cry, your muscles activates.
Yeah, but
at least it came some kind of tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's an actress, so she can. But you can see in actresses and actors that even they don't have, many of them don't have the ability to cry like we do when we're really upset, because there's muscles in your forehead that gets activated, and the way your mouth looks, and when you're acting, not everyone can activate those muscles so it looks credible, so it looks like you're actually really crying, this is actually happening. So even with some tears, look at the muscles in the face.
Yeah. But Ashley is probably the weakest one of all these.
Yeah.
Which is my guess is that that's exactly why they recruited her in 2019, 18. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Because she's a weak link.
Yeah, but why recruit a weak link? That's also stupid, because she will make the others not look credible as well.
Maybe
at
they
least
didn't know that at the time, but
no.
It's just my theory,
Yeah, but it shows now she's the weakest link. I mean, look at this video, look at this interview. I mean, this is horrible. Yeah.
So the strongest ones are probably Esme and maybe Evan.
Yeah, and even there's this. I mean, even Esme's is just BS.
Yeah.
Take away everything that is so-called criminal acts, and the statute of limitation.
Yeah.
What's left of her lawsuit, her civil lawsuit, is that she was cold. Well, put on some clothes, and she was hungry.
Yeah.
Go get some food.
Yeah, there was a refrigerator, and he had food, so
go outside and get some food. Call some Uber Eats or whatever you could call.
Yeah,
call for a damn pizza. Pizza, yeah, whatever. You know, I don't know if they had Uber Eats then, but
they had smartphones at least. Or
yeah, at least you could have called for food. So
yeah. I mean, even if they wouldn't have had their phones with them, he still had a house phone, so they would still be able to call someone. So.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they, again, like with Ashley, that she didn't have her phone and whatnot, but she was traveling back and forth. How the hell did she know she was booked? It makes no sense. Of course, she had her phone. She had to have contact with people from the outside. How the hell would she know when she's going to travel, when she was booked to work, or what time it is to go to the fucking airport?
Yeah.
If she had no clue what time it was and whatnot, come on.
I mean, that's just stupid, honestly.
Yeah, it is stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said before, unless they had the number to his phone or his house phone or whatever, but I think that's very unlikely.
And even if they did have that number, she still would have talked to them. She still would have been able to know, okay, this date and this time I have to go to this airport and fly to this place. So she still would be able to know what time it was, what date it was, and to leave. And also, I don't think that Manson would like to be her personal secretary, answering the phone and like, oh, Ashley, there's somebody calling from Japan who wants you to work. Here you go.
Yeah.
I booked you this photo shoot.
Yeah.
Come on. No.
I don't think I mean, unless Lindsay would probably be in the shower or something, he would probably answer it for her, but I don't think he would do it otherwise.
No, I mean, it makes no sense. Yeah, no, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
And like I said before, I cannot wait to see her contradict herself in another interview if there's going to be another interview.
I perhaps it will be.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
just have to wait and see.
I mean, why else would she post all these pictures of behind the scenes on her Instagram like a week ago?
Yeah. Perhaps something is coming.
We
just have to wait and see, unfortunately. But yeah, it will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not blocked on one of my accounts, so I can still see what's happening.
Yeah, me too. Well, yeah.
I think, is that it?
Yeah, I think so. We'll be back soon.
What are we gonna do? Her lawsuit next time?
Yeah, exactly. Unless another interview will be. I mean, her lawsuit might have to split it in 2 videos, but still.
Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Comparing her lawsuit with the interviews and her posts.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. You're gonna see a lot of contradictions and a lot of lies being exposed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think we can add the stuff we found on her mom's Facebook as well if necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, it fits. So. Yeah. So next video is her lawsuit.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Subscribe. And
if you watched this far.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope to see, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you some other time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, next video.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.